everyone, this is Josh Titford coming to you live from Fairhope, Alabama on a Sunday night. Well, this will be pre-recorded for YouTube, and you can see my brother Zach's painting is on the wall there. With you, I have this lovely 72 Alvarez acoustic guitar. It could use some new strings, but I'm not complaining. And what I'm going to look at and describe for you is this process I went through in creating an arrangement for guitar that was originally made for piano. And the ironic bit is that before it was piano, it was made by a bluesman named Leadbelly, back on guitar. So it's made full circle here, hopefully, if I can do it justice. Just to introduce you to the tuning, I have it tuned to an open D flat chord, meaning that standard tuning is E, A, D, G, B, E. I basically tuned every single one of these strings down, varying degrees, and that is what created this open tuning. So we have octaves there, the root, and then we got the A flat fifths, and we got 1/3. I'm just going to try my best to have a look at this Booker style arrangement of Goodnight Irene. So if you're not familiar with blues guitar in particular, there's a style, I just call it Jimmy Reed style, because be 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. That's gonna be more like the feel I'm going for. It'll be a bit faster, and it'll be more like a 12/8. So 12 beats, 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 2 3 each bar. And I hope this is making sense to you all. No? Shake your head. Yes, yes. What I noticed from looking at Dr. John's instructional video on YouTube for this song is that he was rocking back and forth these fifths, and it sounded really cool, and I've always been enamored with it ever since I heard it. So it's just got such a great feel. I decided I wanted to replicate that. And how to do that on guitar, well, you have to change some things around sometimes. So you can pull other notes with fingers that would typically be used to hold down the bass. See, standard tuning, to make that kind of sound, I would need to but with this one I can just go, maybe use one finger. It's gone out of tune already again. I'm going to stop right now. This is a good time to pause for a little tuning action. By the way, you should check out some James Booker, the New Orleans piano wizard. He's the one whose arrangement this was based on. Okay, bye. By the way, just so you know, I'm in the same room where it all began, because down here in Alabama it gets so hot. My AC went out tonight, so I'm back at my parents'. Yay. And this room is where I started playing some music a long time ago. Alright, so let's get this together. Try anyway. So here we have the alternate rollicking type of barrel house piano. In the left hand, he would be doing this, something like this. discovered that here on the set with you to kind of bring it up. That little part, that's new. That's just brand new. See, this is constantly evolving, this arrangement. But here we have a D flat chord to a F. And what I'm going to, like I was talking to you about how this open tuning really allows me to get creative with what I'm doing on the treble. So the embellishment on the one chord, and of course I'm using 1, 1, 3. That's an old trick I learned from playing string bass. It just kind of gives you a little bit of a, when you're doing those little trills and pulling off, it gives you a little bit, it gives me anyway, quite a bit more torque, it feels like. So there you have it, YouTube. How am I going to combine that? Well, it really comes down, this song really comes down to being solid with the thumb the whole time, and I can deal with a little bit less consistency, although it's not my ideal. That's just what I'm having to do for this assignment. I started working this out a few nights ago before this assignment was assigned. And that's going to be the one chord. So Goodnight Irene has a handful of chords. We're going to use 1, a major 2, and then a major 5. And this tuning, it's kind of similar to the shape you would see on a F sharp 13 in standard. My homie Dave Brisson taught me that little trick. Because on the piano you can do those octaves a lot easier. On guitar it's not always available unless you do some kind of weird tuning. So since this is about my process for going through Goodnight Irene, it doesn't sound as clean using my thumb. I'll just admit that. The only reason I use my thumb is, like I said, so I'd be free to explore some other alternatives up top. And it does sound a lot better. It does sound a lot better to use these fingers, in my opinion. At such a low frequency, these strings are a little bit more slinky than normal, and so they don't hold their tune as well. But I'm not making any excuses. That's just what I wanted to say. And Goodnight Irene, good night. We're gonna go again. 1, 2, and 5. Good night, Irene. Good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Then back to the 5. But it's going to be at a little bit faster pace. So y'all hold on to your seats. Okay, y'all buckled your safety belts. Good night, Irene. Good night. And I probably should spare you my singing, but I'm going to try it anyway. Just for fun. It's all for fun, right? Not a grade. 'cause I live in the country. So good night, Irene, good night. I'll see you in my dreams.